Aquaponic farming takes advantage of the symbiotic relationship between fish and plants. The fish waste provides nutrients to the plants, and the plants filter and clean the water, which is then returned to the fish tanks.
We refer to our water inside of our greenhouses as soil water because we have all the components that is needed for plants to grow in a very hospitable, beautiful environment all the time.
Utilizing controlled environments, aquaponics allows for crops of the highest quality to be grown from seed to harvest in as little as 30 days, with a fraction of the land and water needed for traditional farming. And being a closed-loop system means no effluent, fertilizers, or pesticides ever leaves the farm. This is very important to Angela because worldwide aquaponics is only a short walk away from the St. Johns River.
Phosphorus has the potential to harm this river. The way Angela is doing things, she doesn't have to pick a rate. She doesn't have to say, I want to apply 100 pounds of phosphorus per acre in order to make my potatoes productive. She gets to say, I'm going to produce phosphorus naturally through my fish waste, and I'm going to give my plants the opportunity to take up as much phosphorus as they want. And what they don't want to use will just get recycled back into the waste stream. And that is a beautiful model for our future.
She was able to shut down almost, 3.5 million gallons of water a day of discharge into this estuary. And that is hugely powerful. That affects us, everybody from right up through Hastings all the way up into Jacksonville, and the estuary is all the way around Jacksonville and the St. Johns River. Angela's aquaponics is groundbreaking in all senses of how she goes about it, from the way she staffs it to the way she cultivates the plants. She's basically restructuring the way you can utilize a property like this or a farm.
Aquaponics is the merging of two worlds, aquaculture and hydroponics. It is a symbiotic relationship which results in the best from both. The fish provide optimum nutrition for the plants, and the plants clean the water for the fish. We were able to change the way we farmed. We grew hydroponic beefsteak tomatoes starting in the 1970s. You may say, how is that relevant today? What my great-grandfather was talking about in 1970, we are talking about here in 2023. We must change the way we farm. We must change the way in which we use water, synthetic chemicals, and a variety of other things that we do today to feed the growing population in the world. 10 years ago, I began as a farmer. I was the family's hope to go to college and be a doctor. The reason I left medicine was to change the way people access food. We didn't have clean water, we didn't have enough water, nor did we have enough food. Many kids came to school hungry, and I often pondered to myself, what could I do? How could I change this? So it set me on a path to change the way people access food everywhere in the world. Growing food in a different way, doing different things for people who have been marginalized or were landless. Science-based agricultural solutions can save lives when we put this work into the hands of small and landless farmers. We can change the way people grow food, the way people access food, and where food is located. Food can now be located in urban environments, in deserts, as well as in jungles. We can feed the communities that live around those farms with just a very few techniques in which we merge controlled environment agriculture and land-based growing. The Industrial Revolution put us in a place that we have to now turn back time. Agricultural systems can repair our earth. We are able to grow food using science-based solutions to do it faster, better, and a higher quality amount of food provided. When we intensely cultivate land, we are releasing carbon into the atmosphere. This carbon release actually could be repaired. If we were to increase carbon by 3 to 4% in all of our agricultural lands worldwide, we would actually be able to change the way and the amount of effects that have happened since the Industrial Revolution. We can do this. We must change the way we grow food. So where are we today? You may have heard that we are flooding in the Northeast. We have droughts in California. We have water wars going on. Farmers all over the earth are dealing in water shortages. Why and how? Well, some of it has to do with climate change and the evaporation due to the global climate heating up. We are seeing this in all of our greenhouses and all of our farms that we work with around the United States and around the world. People are having to deal with a hotter landscape, with a hotter environment, and our crops are having to deal with this as well. What does this mean for the growing global population? We must address food in a thoughtful way, because in order for our planet to grow and for people to flourish, we must think about resources and the resources we save and how we do it going forward. So let's talk about soil health. When we talk to farmers today, they're saying, well, my great-grandfather did it this way and it was all right. Yes, but today we know better and we can do better. As an example, we use about 1% of the carbon in our soil. We overuse this by monocropping, not doing other things to repair the soil after we have already harvested out of it. The soil deserves an opportunity to be able to regenerate and be able to grow better inside the roots, inside the planet. We also have different solutions for soil health and management. Replanting trees on our farms, pushing in riparian track, and conservation on our farms can actually help repair, because we know in the science of soil that the trees talk to the plants. Everything in our regenerative agriculture space is connected. Planting more trees allows for carbon sequestration. Building more farms in places that have traditionally not been seen as farming, on lands that are already scarred, and putting farms in those places using least invasive, less harmful chemicals on those places and recirculating the waters. Land-based seafood, land-based farming traditionally has been thought of as not congruent. We see them as an opportunity to work together. We know that land-based farmers are needing certain things that come out of the oceans. We know that we need to not harvest the oceans so much. But this opportunity that we have before us, using the science that has been proven to work, we are able to change the way people access seafood as well as produce using just a few different thoughts, just a few different techniques. And they don't require a lot of money, they just require different thinking.